Welcome to Hooligan Radio, the podcast with the mostest. I am your host, Isaiah.
Hosted.
I was going to say hostess, but I don't want to start thinking about snacks too early in the podcast, Zach. I'm joined with my co-host, Zach. Zach, how are you doing?
Hello. I am doing fantastic.
I'm glad we're on the second episode of the stream. So if you're a podcast listener and we accidentally make any references to the episode before this, check that one out. It'll be on the same place where you're listening to this. And Josh, how are you doing, my other co-host?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to jump into the little game I've created for us here today.
I am very excited. Josh has made it a goal of himself to do more games this year whenever it comes to it, and the one that he's got for us today is going to be awesome. But I am not going to even give away what that is so that you have to listen so that you can hear what we're excited about. But other than that, we're going to be talking about When We Were Young Fest, the emo kids' wet dream, and our top three today was brought to us by Zach, but I'm not even going to tease that either because I don't want you guys to not get interested. But I'm going to hop right in there with the opening topic. So I don't know if you guys have seen anything about When We Were Young Fest. Have you guys?
I have, and I've seen so much, and I'm so on the border of this concert and fest.
All right. What about you, Josh? Have you seen anything about it?
Yeah, my wife showed me when they had the initial announcements, and I was all in, bought in immediately. I'm like, we could plan a vacation around this. This sounds awesome. And then since then, it's just become more and more sussy. And I don't know. I mean, there's certain bands on there that are like on stage being like, everything's cool, everything's fine. And then there's all this other stuff coming out. So I have no idea. Maybe you can shine a light here for us.
Yeah. So When We Were Young Fest announced it announced one day in Las Vegas, and they announced, I don't know, like 60 something bands or something like that. I mean, some of the names everybody's going to recognize, like My Chemical Romance and Paramore and A Day to Remember. I mean, they even have Avril Lavigne on here as one of the performing acts.
The goddess herself.
The queen herself, the queen of emo, Avril Lavigne, dude. And I mean, that's just to mention some of the top, like, names on here. Like, obviously there's some other things in there that everybody's getting like super riled up about, like, I mean, Bring Me the Horizon, Jimmy Eat World,
Mayday Parade was on there.
Mayday Parade, Taking Back Sunday.
These are like main headliners all coming together for one fest, essentially in the same genre.
I mean, it sounds like the best Warped Tour of all time, basically.
Yeah,
correct.
It sounds like literally the Warped Tour to end all of Warped Tours.
Yeah.
And like Josh said at the beginning, whenever we first heard about this, everybody was like, oh, we could make that work. We could go to Vegas as our vacation this year. I was that way. Bailey was that way. I think I ran into... I started a list. I literally have a list of people who wanted to go so that we could all link up together whenever we were there. I had like 15 people who were trying to go as well. And then everybody started to try to logistically understand how it was going to work. First of all, festival's one day.
Get a song.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's 65 bands and 3 stages. They were trying to break down how timings of that would work. And obviously nobody breaking it down was that I had seen is like a concert event planner or anything. We're all just kind of just trying to do some quick math to understand how it was going. And it was looking like some of the bands would only have 20 minutes to play. And like we said, there weren't a ton of bands on there that you would see as like an opener. A lot of them are headliners. So that was one of the first things I think I saw come out about it. Another thing was like, everybody was worried. And this is one of the things that I wanted to clear up. Everybody was worried because these, the tickets and stuff, it's put on by Live Nation. I think since the last time we had this podcast, I don't know if we ever talked about Astro World and what happened at Astro World, the tragedy that happened there. No, but this is put on by Live Nation, and Astro World was put on by them. To quell everybody's fear in that, I mean, Live Nation puts on a lot of stuff and has their fingers in a ton of different pots. I'm pretty sure when I was looking at it, like They do Lollapalooza. They do stuff for EDC, the big EDM festival and stuff. So not necessarily everything that happens with Live Nation is a disaster. I mean, some of the longest running fests have been run with Live Nation. So, but everybody for about a week was freaking out and was hoping that they would make statements, and they didn't make a statement until about 12 hours before pre-sale went live. And the statement was kind of vague, just kind of kept up with everybody that I thought was going to do it or wanting to go to it. And we're like, well, I guess we'll try to get pre-sale because they said that it's $20 down. And so we tried to get pre-sale, and it was a disaster. I think only one of my friends out of the 15 actually got through to even look at tickets. But yeah, so I don't think I'll be going. Or I mean, I don't think you guys sound super interested anymore about it either. Are you guys thinking about trying to go?
Didn't they also not offer refunds?
It depends on if you put in a pre-order for like whatever the price was. Wasn't it like $50 or something like that to try to save? And then if you try to essentially back out, whatever you essentially lost whatever money you put in if you backed out. But I can't remember exactly how much that it was, depending on what you did.
Yeah, I mean, it's
essentially just putting like a reserve down and then you backing out.
Yeah. They put no refunds as the policy. But I don't know if you guys necessarily have attended if you guys have attended any concerts. There almost never any return policies on tickets. Fair. If you were to buy a ticket to Warped Tour and say, hey, I want to return this ticket, they would have said, you're shit out of luck, kid. Good luck, sell it to somebody else. Like,
it's like, I bought it at Giant Eagle.
I bought it from Giant Eagle by giving them 7 cans.
So there's almost never been return policy on concert tickets. You cannot be like, oh, I got a migraine today. I'm just going to return this, right? Like once you have it, you can resell it. There's no reselling policy, which I mean, whatever. But it was an expensive ticket, and that's completely understandable that people were worried about it being no refunds. It's like, I think retail was like what, $300 or $400 or something like that.
Start.
Yeah, just to start as like a general admission. So yeah, that was sketching people out that there were no refunds, but people like, I think that it had been long enough that people hadn't been like paying attention, because like you could buy tickets for any band and you're not going to get a refund once you own the ticket. Like I'm not going to be able to return my Wonder Years tickets and get my money back. They would tell me to just sell them, right? So I think that's one of the things. It's one of the things that I saw a lot of outrage on, and been like, "Oh, you should be careful. There's no refunds." And you're like, "Yeah, there's never been any refunds." But it's like, if the event gets canceled, is what everybody says. Like, "Oh, they're just going to cancel the event and nobody's going to get their money back." Like, no, if they cancel the event, they have to refund their money. That's how that goes, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I mean, just my first reaction, I think everyone was just wary of it being essentially a Fyre Fest situation, right?
Absolutely.
Except you're going to be like in Nevada, so you're not going to be trapped on an island, and it's being put on by an actual company, not just some guy. So, I mean, there are obviously some qualifiers there, but I think that's what everyone's weary of.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's going to be the next Fyre Fest," and I'm like, "Well, first of all, you're in Las Vegas. Like, you're not sent to some remote island, and they're not building you huts to live in for the fucking 3 days.
You're staying at the Bellagio.
Yeah, I mean, you're at the hotel. There's casinos you could go to.
Not in a tent.
Yeah. They're also not serving you all of your meals or any shit like that, right?
Yeah.
I think everybody watched 3 Fyre Fest documentaries, and now anytime they see a concert go wrong, they're like, "It's just a Fyre Fest." You're like, okay. I mean, the boy who cried wolf on some of this shit, right? But a lot of things say logistically it doesn't make sense.
How we were sort of talking about how it seems like if this happened for the one day, each band would only have about 20 minutes or a few songs. If there was one band and one song that would make you go there, what would it be? if they promised that would
They
be that.
promise. What song would I pay $300 or more
Is
to see?
essentially what I'm saying. Yeah.
I would pay $300 or more to see My Chemical Romance play Welcome to the Black Parade with all of those people. I think that would be the one song. There's a lot of bands on here. Like,
That's a good one.
I went with Bring Me the Horizon first, but I was like, I think my once in a lifetime would be hearing Welcome to the Black Parade live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd probably say, was it Day to Remember on the list?
Yeah.
I'd probably say Day to Remember, You'll Be Tails, I'll Be Sonic, probably.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Nice. What about you, Zach? Do you have one?
I was trying to think about that. I would probably have to say, I don't think I heard Mayday do Jamie All Over during their One Warp Tour.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would be the one thing I would have to hear them do live.
Nah, dude, I'd make them play Kids in Love for $300, bro, and just ruin the mental health of most of my friends who have fond memories of that song.
Wow, this took a turn.
Yeah. Can you guys play No Heroes Allowed? I'd request. I mean, I guess we can.
You're the one paying us.
But yeah, I think that was like one of the biggest things. When we were at Young Fest was one of the biggest things announced since the last time we convened, that I was like, oh, I wonder what the boys had heard about or thought about this. I mean, obviously sketchy. A lot of the things that they're doing just feel like they don't make any sense to us as laymen, but who knows as actual people who, you know, could like logistically pull it off, like who actually work in the industry, right? Like, I can't even throw a fucking birthday party for 20 people, like, let alone fucking plan a 80,000 person concert. So yeah, of course I have no idea how it works. But I wouldn't know how to fucking get, you know, the fucking my best friend's band to play at the Agora. like I don't know any of that shit. So while it's sketchy, I hope that it's awesome. And they have announced more dates and stuff like that, but who knows? So now that that's out of the way, I'm very excited for Zach to introduce us into his top 3.
So my top 3, we're going back to those glorious days where you would wake up on a Tuesday morning, a foot of snow on the ground, and you walking downstairs to seeing on the local news that your school is closed today. And we're going to go through the top 3 snow day activities that you would do on that day.
It is actually baffling to me that we've never done this before. I feel like this is something that is very in our wheelhouse, and it's gone very deep into our podcast.
Being currently snowed in right now,
yeah,
I'm looking for these activities, and we'll probably, of course, share some of the ones that we've already done, but this is me looking for more to do.
So are we talking from what we did as a child on a snow day then, from that perspective, not what we're doing like this past week?
No, this could be any. We're covering from snow. This could be any snow day activity, whether you're a child, whether you're adult, whether you're you can do whatever you want, whether it's inside or out. But I was just bringing us back to those glorious days where we didn't necessarily have those burdens of now.
Yeah.
So the
Isaiah, you're first.
The order is me, then Zach, then Josh, and I get to get the first pick. I think that, you know, my number 1 snow day activity was popping on to Xbox Live with the boys and playing a little bit of Call of Duty. Call of Duty's snow days and Call of Duty go together like hot cocoa and snow days, man.
I don't think there was anything better than hopping on to play video games super early on a snow day. Then like it was just because you start your day that way. You're like, all right, it's 6:30 and I'm already playing video games without a carefree in the world.
Yeah, there was no better feeling.
And my friends are full on right now.
Yeah.
And we have countless hours to do this. It was great.
There's no better feeling than, opening up your friends list on a snow day and there just being 80 other kids that are just also playing Xbox. We were so like, what's up? Let's go. Let's play some Halo custom games and do some crazy shit. And then it's like 4:00 and you're like, damn, bro, now what am I going to do? Guess I'll play more video.
Man, it's a go back.
All right, Zach, you're up.
Me. This one's all an all ages activity. I think across the board, nothing is better for a snow day than a good cup of hot chocolate. Whether you're in or out, young, old, nothing beats it.
I feel like when we were younger, it was just hot chocolate, right? Like just hot chocolate. And now I go and I see hot chocolate and they're like, do you want hot chocolate with this? And do you want red velvet hot chocolate?
Water or milk people for your hot chocolate? Water or milk people for your hot chocolate?
I'm a milk guy for sure.
Milk.
Of course. I imagine most people are, but I have to ask.
Or have you met somebody who's a water guy?
I mean, I would be lying if I said I haven't used water in the past, but that was sort of what I had available.
In a pinch? Yeah, in a pinch.
You wanted hot chocolate so bad you used hot water, bro?
Yeah.
I get it. It's worth it.
But yeah, nothing beats a good old milk hot chocolate.
Yeah, that was on my list, hot chocolate, and it's like the one time in your life that you feel like you're in a snow globe because you can just be inside and look at the snow outside, for sure.
What about Josh?
My first one's going to be taking it back to the childhood days. Going to be going with it's a perfect day to get everyone together for a good game of backyard football. When you got the snow up to your knees, everyone gets bundled up, and it's like that it's basically safe playing tackle football because you can just push people and they just fall into a bunch of snow. Yeah. So there were fumbles on every play. You pass the ball, it hits your hands, your frozen hands, and you drop the ball every time. It was miserable to think about as an adult, but somehow as a kid, it was an amazing experience.
Absolutely.
And then for my second one, I'm gonna have to go with the snowball war. I mean, it was always just the best. I would still do that to this day. Snowball war for sure.
I would go out right now if my neighbors weren't old. Start throwing snowballs at them.
I mean, that's like the number one activity you got to do, and on a snow day, you have the time. So to build up your arsenal before you get started.
Yeah, all these kids have this new technology. They got like snowball mold makers. You can like use them. I'm like, damn, bro.
That was it.
I'm like trying to make sure I don't press it all the way to being in like a literal ice ball and just like destroy some little kid with it on accident.
This will be going off number 2 here for me, but number 2 was for me is building snow forts and such, which I guess would be going off the snowball thing. But I remember I used to fill water buckets and put them in outside, and then they would freeze, and I would have ice blocks to then build my snow forts with.
That's absolutely crazy.
It was just nuts because you catch a fucking snowball from an ice ball. Those hurt differently.
Yeah, that sounds nuts. So your second pick there was building ice and snow forts?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to find out real quickly that I am the inside boy because I loved when we would get snow days and get together and play fucking board games, bro. You throw down a little bit of Cosmic Encounter, throw down a little bit even like some Uno or doing a puzzle with the gang is always better for me. I am not a cold guy. I am not necessarily the kid who's going to be out there tackling each other in the snow, but when I was younger, I would hang out with Josh outside every once in a while, but y'all crazy and thinking about the cold right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a time, Isaiah, that we were hanging out as kids and you would just be like, it's too cold, I'm going inside, I'll see you later.
Yeah. And then my last pick is, of course, going to the mall, dude. Trying to go to the mall. Run around in the mall when it's cold outside. See, I tell you. I don't fuck with the cold. I never had, dog. But what about you, Zach? What's your third pick there?
Oh, man, I guess it is me, your last one. I think my last one is going to be... Man, that's a rough one. I have to think now. Mine was also going to be going to the mall. I thought I had one more time to go up for it. Let's go with... And this one's going back to being, I guess, more little, but being sort of home alone. Because necessarily when I would have snow days, necessarily didn't mean my parents did as well. So that usually meant being home alone for a good part of the day and being independent and stuff like that. And of course, as being a little kid, you're just like, all right, let's see where this goes.
You're like, I'm going to eat a Hot Pocket, I guess.
Yeah. You just got to make sure, your goal is to just not burn the house down for the day. And then if you can make it to that, then you had a successful day. Yeah. So having that sweet taste of independence at first for the good old snow days.
All right,
All
Josh,
right.
your last pick.
Well, you know me, all three of my activities are going to be outside. I'm going between one or the other, but I'm going to go with one that's a little bit more relatable. It was the best time to go outside and try whatever new flips you wanted to learn.
I was just about to say, damn, those were some good times.
The best time to try your new flips.
No punishment. It was very forgiving.
Yeah, and you had to be able to have the mobility, so you couldn't even wear like a thick jacket or anything. You'd just be wearing like some sweatpants and a thin hoodie. You'd be going out chucking front flips in the front yard into the snow. Terrible.
Into the wet, just get wet, and then you're just frozen.
One of the last parkour related videos I ever posted was us three and my younger brother Jordan, who probably would have been like 8 or 9 at the time, going to a park in like Fairview or something and trying to do flips when it was snowing outside. I think it was your guys' freshman year of college, and you were home for winter break, and the video is just us bailing on basically everything because there's just nothing you can do.
Just feet of snow, and you're just like, where's the crowd?
No chance.
So,
wow. I just can't. I'm thinking about. I'm like, yes, I participated in those activities, but I'm thinking about me as a person now, and I'm like, I'd have froze my. I was sat in the car. I would have sat in the car and watched you guys do some dumb shit in the snow.
Dude, I hate the cold so much when I go outside now. I think to myself, like, how as a kid, like, it would be so cold, and I would just go out, and we wouldn't even be driving yet, and we would just like walk to Burger King, like half a mile. It's like, what was I doing?
Literally, dude. That's exactly how I feel. Absolutely insane. That was a good top 3. Good call on that one, Zach.
Hell yeah.
Now,
happy it turned out this way.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Josh, do you want to introduce your main topic for us today?
Yes, I will. So as I already kind of said earlier, I said in a little meeting that we had that I was going to be try to create more little fun games. We did the trivia last year a couple of times. I think we all enjoyed doing that. So in that same vein, today we're going to be doing Know Your Hooligan. And this is a game that I get to take part in as well. So it's going to be pretty similar. I'm sure you guys out there or you guys here have seen a version of this type of game being played. But basically, we're going to have 4 rounds where each of us will be asked a question, and all 3 of us are going to have to answer that question. The person that's being asked obviously will just write down their answer. So for example, I'll go first. I'll get asked a question about myself. I'll write down what my answer is, and then you two would write down what you think my answer is going to be. So you're going to be trying to guess what my answer is. So either put it down on your phone, write it down on a piece of paper, something like that. Then at the same time, all 3 of us will reveal what our answers are. Or actually, the 2 guessing will reveal first, and then the person who was asked the question will reveal their answer. If either of the other 2 hosts guess correctly what the hooligan answered, then you will earn a point. So in any given round, you can earn up to 2 points for guessing either of the other 2 hooligans' answers. So we're going to go around and do that 4 times. So each of us will have 4 questions. And then at the end of that, we're going to have a speed round where things will be a little bit different. So I'll explain that when we get there. But obviously, at the end of the game, the one who has the most points wins and obviously knows their hooligans. So any questions going into it?
I don't believe so.
Good. All right. Well, I'm going to get my notepad on my phone pulled up here as I have the first question, and I have a list of 12 questions here, so I'm just going to randomly generate for each of us which question we get. All right. So the first one for me, so I am answering this, and you guys have to try to guess what my answer is going to be. So the first one is, what is my favorite alcoholic beverage?
Ooh.
So we write this down and then we show it?
Yeah, so we're all going to write down the answer you guys are trying to guess what my answer is, and then at the same time, you two will reveal what you think the answer is, and then I will reveal what the actual answer is.
Okay, I am ready whenever you are.
I'm still writing it.
Devin put in the chat, Sweet School. I'm thinking he's talking about the last topic, the top 3, doing the flips at Sweet School.
I think that's what it was.
God, Sweet School.
All right, are you both ready?
Get sponsored by them? Yeah.
All right, then go ahead. You two can reveal what you think my favorite alcoholic beverage is, and you can also say it.
Oh, shit.
Mine's backwards, but it says hard cider.
Mine says Everclear with Jolly Ranchers.
Well, You're actually both wrong on this one. Fireball, baby.
Oh, I
Damn,
forgot you fucked with
Can
Fireball.
can I say I don't think I've ever seen you take Fireball across
Bro,
a friendship?
Zach, I bonged an entire thing of Fireball at your apartment.
Yeah, but
Man.
Zach didn't remember that. Zach was
Yeah,
already
I don't
had
remember
bombed
that.
something else.
He was already gone. Yeah, he was gone. All right.
Make a note
So
of that for later.
that's how all the
Fireball.
questions are gonna work. And obviously they'll be backwards when we reveal them to the screen, but it's more so just to show the answer. You know, whatever. It's not the big of a deal. We'll say it as well.
Yeah.
All right. So that one is gone. And who wants to go next, Isaiah or Zach?
I'll go next.
All right. All right. So me and Isaac have to guess. Isaiah, what superpower would Isaiah choose to have?
Oh, for sure.
Oh man.
I'm ready when you guys are. Your own brother was going to guess White Claw.
Wow.
That's a good one. I actually like Truly lemonades more than White Claws, probably when it comes to seltzers.
I was going to say, I could remember that you did like the Trulies whenever we were at Zach's bachelor party.
Yeah. White Claws are good, but I feel like they've already kind of faded. Like they came in and everyone really liked them for a little bit, and now
And
they're
now
kind of like...
other people have
Now
done it
everyone
better.
has a seltzer.
yeah. All right, so me and Zach are going to reveal it first. What we think the superhero Isaiah would choose would be. I said...
Oh wait, I think I misheard this. Superhero or superpower?
Superpower.
Oh, I'm sorry. Superpower. Yeah.
Okay,
What
then I still did it
superpower?
right. All right.
Okay, so I put flight.
I
did you
also
say,
put
Zach?
flight.
I
Are we
put
right?
teleportation.
Oh,
Damn.
So close.
that's a more instant
Damn.
flight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. Flying would be cold, and I hate being cold, bro. That's it. I just told you guys that.
But it's the journey, not the.
No, it's the destination, baby.
Damn.
You
See,
can't
that's
fly
how we
into
got
a
it.
bank vault, bro.
All right, Zach, you're up next.
All right, it's me.
All right, what is Zach's favorite pizza topping? And just to qualify before we start, cheese is not a topping.
Okay.
What is Zach's favorite pizza topping?
Man, I think we're going to end up being really bad at this.
That's why I had the speed round at the end.
Yeah, we don't know each other whatsoever. No multiple choice, no answers.
I'm ready.
All right. So I go first, or you guys go first? You guys go first.
We go first to reveal what we think the favorite pizza topping is. I put pepperoni.
I put green pepper.
My true answer is pineapple.
Oh no!
You mother-
Oh my god! Wait,
We're
okay.
not
I mean,
doing too hot. We're 0 for 3.
I have nothing against liking pineapple, but your favorite?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's
If you could
sweet
pick one
and-
topping, you're going to just put fucking pineapple on it, bro?
Well, so it wouldn't be pepperoni because I'm not that big of a ham person, and I don't think I've ever had a pizza with green peppers on it.
Really?
Is that a normal pizza topping?
Yeah. Green bell peppers,
it?
bro? I have it on all of my pizzas, I think.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm about that Hawaiian life.
All right, Josh, you're up.
I'm up. My question is, what is the number one material thing, so not a person or a pet or anything like that, what is the number one material thing that I would save in a house fire?
Can we have 2 guesses?
Nope.
Can I have a guess? Oh, man. Oh, man.
2 guesses. If either of them are right, you get half a point.
Yeah. I'll take it.
All right. Whenever you guys are ready, you can reveal it.
All
I'm
right.
still writing
I'm
mine.
going. Are you still writing yours?
Yeah, but I have it. I'll say what my real answer is after this one.
I
a
have
wedding ring.
Blu-ray collection.
Zach?
Before you go, mine was going to be your Blu-ray copy of Grave Encounters. That was the first answer going to be.
Okay. Well, you put wedding ring, Zach. And unfortunately for you, I have insurance on my wedding ring. I put my movies.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I have insurance on them. We gotta get insurance for that Blu-ray collection.
I've spent a lot of
Is Haley
time.
giving you that eye in the corner right now?
Well, the correct husband answer would be I'd be wearing my wedding ring.
Yeah, there
Damn,
you
you
go.
got me there. I can't say it.
I was gonna say though, I've spent a lot of time, especially as someone who worked in insurance, wondering if I did have a house fire, if my renter's insurance would cover my movies. I'm about 50-50. I'm not sure if they would or not. So I would grab as many of them as I could. Probably Grave Encounters would be high up on the list though, for sure.
Sounds like you've been contemplating insurance fraud for a while.
Hey, all right, moving on. Isaiah has 1 point. That's it so far. And Isaiah, you're next. So, all right. Here's a question for Isaiah. If money was not a factor, where would Isaiah take a vacation?
All right, I'm ready.
This is actually a tough one. I'm going to need a
This is
little bit more
another one
time.
where I have a realistic answer and I have one that might not be so realistic.
I reveal last, so you guys are whenever you're ready.
All right.
Let me know when you have yours written down, Josh, and then I'll show mine because I already have mine.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I'm kind of shooting in the dark on this one. So,
All right, I'll read mine.
All right, we can reveal. Go ahead.
I think you'll go back to Hawaii. I also like how I'm showing this, like you can actually read this.
I put Florida.
I had Hawaii.
Hey,
Gets a point.
There you go. So you did really like Hawaii. You just didn't want to live there.
I just couldn't afford to live there. If I could afford to live there, I'd be back.
Gotcha. Okay. So Zach and Isaiah each now have 1 point.
My unrealistic answer was going to be Mars.
I would go to Mars. Yeah, dude. I got to get my astronaut number.
Isaiah, with money being a factor, how, as far as a trip to Hawaii, is that something I've never looked into it? Is it really expensive even to just take a trip?
It's pretty expensive. There's a lot of other things that I would spend my money on before I could go to Hawaii. Yeah.
All right, Zach, you are up next. All right, this is a more basic one. Hopefully, I can get a point on this. What is Zach's favorite genre of movie?
I don't even necessarily know all of the genres of movies.
I know. I'm trying to think.
Romance.
We'll be sort of.
Superhero. Is that a genre? Superhero is genre?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a genre. That probably would have been my answer if it was my question.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready to reveal, Isaiah?
Yep. I have horror.
I put horror.
Yeah, you guys both got that one.
Let's go.
All right. I at least got 1 point. We're all good.
If I would have got that question, we
one.
all would have got it wrong because I have no idea what my favorite genre of movie is. Anime, I guess, bro.
It's a movie. That's definitely a genre. All right. So Zach and I each have 1 point. Isaiah has 2 points going into the third round. So it is my question again. And I get the only multiple choice question of the list here of the first 12, just because I tried putting this as a regular question and I thought to myself, there's no way to guess this correctly without it being multiple choice. So here's the question. How many shots could I take in one night?
Shots? Like,
Yeah.
so let's
Like shots of liquor.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, let's just say loopy or something. So,
Man. So what? Yeah. So what's these A, B, and C, D?
So do you think A, I can't handle my liquor and I couldn't take any, or just one? That's A, 0 to 1. B, do you think I could handle? And we'll say handle as far as like I'm not basically unconscious. Okay.
Okay.
Throwing up,
Okay.
exceeding.
So I can. Yeah.
Is
So I can
exceeding
be
too much? Is it price and right to where if you spill, you're out? Or
Sure. Yeah.
all right.
B would be 2 to 4. 2 to 4 shots I could handle. C, do you think I can handle 5 to 7 shots? Or D, 8 or more?
All right, I'm ready.
You put D, Isaiah, right? Because we've seen him do that. So like, we should just.
Yeah, are we talking about over the course of your lifespan? Or are we talking about?
Yeah, I've seen nights where you've done D.
When I was writing this question, I wasn't thinking in our primes. I was thinking right now.
Right now,
Right
at this
now,
moment.
Because obviously, I think any of us could be D at a certain point.
At certain points in our lives, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we
So-
challenge you to this question to where we can see what the answer is afterwards
Ooh,
during the
we'd have
next
to, That'd
episode?
have to be a special get-together event.
A live event, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, you guys can reveal whenever you're ready.
I still got D. I have faith in him.
I have B. I have B.
You have B? You have
Yeah.
2 to 4?
2 to 4.
What?
Well, Zach, I appreciate it, but I actually put C, 5 to 7.
Ooh.
Man.
When I was putting the answers, I thought 7 would probably be my limit, I think.
I'm a little disappointed.
I couldn't, dude. I am the reason why A exists, bro. If I did a shot right now, I'd be sloppy.
All right. Up next is going to be Isaiah, still in the lead with 2 points. Zach and I each have 1. Isaiah's question. Okay. So Isaiah should actually know the answer to this. So because it's about him. Yeah. I'm just trying to think of it because the other ones are like, what do we like? But this is like a factual thing. So, Zach, if we got to see the statement for Isaiah's credit card, what company would have the most charges on that credit card?
So where do I spend the most amount of money?
Yes. But I put credit card because obviously if it's like, we're not going to say grocery, it's actually like rent.
Yeah. I don't.
Okay, I am ready.
You ready, Zach?
Yeah.
I put Amazon.
I said Steam.
I said Steam.
Wow, nice.
Let's go.
I went with the safer choice, I think, but
I spend a lot of money on Steam.
yeah, I believe you. I believe you. So Zach now has 2 points as well. That's Zach and Isaiah with 2, myself with 1, and Zach here to end the third round.
Mm-hmm.
This is a yes or no question, so a little bit
Wow.
easier.
Wow.
Let's go.
50-50.
Yeah. Could Zach go 1 full week without their phone? Or his phone. I don't know why I put there. We're all the same gender here. All right, Isaiah, you and I will reveal first. Do we think Zach? Well, not only do we think it, but do we think Zach thinks he could go 1 full week without their phone? I put yes.
I put yes, barring that, like, other than work necessity. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys got that one too. I'm also not already existing on my phone as is.
I was gonna say Zach could
therefore-
forget his phone exists for a week on accident, bro. If it wasn't for work.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like when I was making that question, I was like, Zach, I would definitely put yes. Myself, I would put no. And then Isaiah, I don't know if you could or not. I'd be guessing on that one.
I don't know
Yeah.
either. I honestly God.
I think you would try it, and then
Some
you'll
weeks,
find
yeah.
it. Mm-hmm.
All right. So after 3 rounds, Zach and I both have 2 points. Isaiah in the lead with 3. And this is the last round here. Get rid of this. Okay. Isaiah, your last question. All right. If Isaiah had to compare himself to a video game character, Isaiah would say he is most like who? Strictly video game character. I'm stuck between 2 myself for Isaiah.
I have 1. I think I have 1.
All right.
hope I
I
have
got
one.
my answer.
I gotta have it. I think Josh is still contemplating.
Yeah, I am. Because it's a tough question. It's not his favorite video game character. It's who would he say he's most like?
I know it's a hard toss up between the purple and the green Yoshi.
Sorry, Zach, you're wrong. It's the purple Yoshi. All right, Zach, what'd you put?
I put Cloud.
I put Meta Knight.
I put Cloud. Good work, Zach. Meta Knight is a good call. That's a good one. I started thinking, as soon as you said Purple Yoshi, I almost changed my answer to anybody that was in Mario Baseball. So I was like, ooh, I should have been the Black Shy guy.
That one really, yeah. I was thinking Cloud, then I was also thinking Master Chief, but I'm like, I'm gonna go with Meta Knight.
Thought when you asked the question was Master Chief in my head, and I was like, no, I'm not like Master Chief.
Does anyone want to be like Master Chief? Let's be honest. He doesn't seem like that chill of a guy.
He just cleans up everyone's messes and is an asshole.
All right, so that gives Zach 3 points. So now Zach and Isaiah with 3, myself with 2, and now this is my question. All right. As a child, what did I want to be when I grew up? You guys can reveal when you're ready.
I put professional wrestler.
Do you have an age so that I can own it? When you say child, like we're talking elementary age?
I would say, yeah, elementary's fine. I was thinking elementary, like, not like 2 years old when you don't know how anything works, but like, yeah, a child to the point where, yeah, this is what I want to do. Like, I wouldn't say like,
I'll
superhero. Or like,
I'll keep my
roots.
All right, go ahead, Zach. What was yours?
Pro wrestler.
I also have wrestler.
But pro wrestler.
Nice. Nice.
All right.
Still going in tight.
So 4-4 for Zach and Isaiah. I only have 2, so I cannot get the lead back with this last question, but I could gain some ground. Yeah, and I could gain some ground going into the speed round. All right, Zach, this is your last question, and this is an either or.
Oh, shit.
What is Zach's favorite way to spend a Friday night? Staying in or going out? You ready to reveal?
50-50s. Yeah.
You ready to reveal, Isaiah?
I have staying in.
Well, I wish my answer would have been different, but I had staying in.
I also had staying in.
I was going to say, Zach's about to lie, bro. I lived with Zach, and if there was ever an opportunity to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Instead of going to the bars, he would have been on that shit.
Nothing beats it.
So that means I have 3 points. Pretty sure all my 3 were from Zach. Isaiah, we all know Zach. That's what we know through this.
Yeah.
I have 3 points. Zach has 4. Isaiah has 5 with the lead. So this is the speed round. 5 questions remaining, and this can be a little bit different on how it works. So with these 5 questions, it's going to be asking of us 3 which one fits that category. So who is this? Who is most likely to do this? And for each of the 5 questions, all 3 of us will write down who we think fits that category. Obviously, it could be yourself, or it could be one of the other 2. And we will all reveal our answers at the same time or close to the same time. And if any 2 players match, they each get 1 point. However, if nobody matches, or if all 3 of us match, then none of us get a point. So if 2 players match, they each get a point.
Okay, I like this. I like this.
So don't match with Isaiah, because then he'll just win. If we all match with him.
Josh and Zach got to synergize to beat Isaiah. Yeah. That's what I'm hearing right now.
Yeah.
All right. So this is going to be the first one. I think this might be the most off-the-wall random one I've put in here. But I saw it online. I thought it was interesting. Of us 3, who would bring the most delicious dish to a potluck?
Man. Are we doing all 5 and then sharing, or one at a time?
No, one at a time. All right. Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I put Isaiah.
I put Isaiah.
I put myself.
That's 1 point for me and Isaiah. I put Isaiah just because I feel like he would show up with some really delicious food, and I'll be like, Isaiah, did you make this? And he'd be like, no, I just know somebody.
I got this.
Zach, what would you bring? You put yourself.
I'd probably bring some desserty, fucking overabundance, too chocolatey type thing.
I would bring those Filipino egg rolls and blow you out of the water, bro.
And if you did, you single-handedly got it. I'll bow down to those.
We're in some trouble now. Me and Zach both have 4 points. Isaiah has 6. So, next question here. of us three, if all three of us were to buy a lottery ticket together and all three of us won the lottery, who would be the most likely to blow through their money the quickest?
Damn, dude. Fiscally responsible. Who's the least fiscally responsible? I'm ready.
Okay.
I put Isaiah.
I put myself.
I put Isaiah. Zach knows, dude. Zach knows.
Just mean it'll be gone. You just invested it.
All right. That means I now have 4, Zach has 5, and Isaiah has 7 points. Here's the next one, a little bit more open-ended. Interesting to see how we'll go. Of us three, who is the most impulsive?
I like this game. This is a good one.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
I put Isaiah again. I showed like you can
I
see
put
it.
Isaiah.
I also put Isaiah.
So no points.
Why? We all agree.
What do you mean? What? He's the
It's
most.
just like-
I've always been. Always have been, bro.
Yeah.
I woke up one
Zach
morning
had to
to
pick
find
me up
Isaiah
one day
going to
because I walked to the
Chicago.
mall.
I remember that.
I was like, I'm bored. I'm gonna walk to the mall. Zach, can you
Yeah.
pick me up from the mall? I walked to the mall.
All right, so still 4 for me, 5 for Zach, 7 for Isaiah. And I think that officially eliminates me, although I'll still play, but there's 2 questions left. All right. Of the 3 of us, who will retire first?
I'm ready.
Go ahead.
I have Josh.
I also put Josh.
I put myself.
Hell yeah. Love the confidence.
Hell yeah.
I will not be working when I'm 50 years old.
I am walking out at 50 whether I'm ready or not.
That's good. Okay. So we're still at 4, 5, and 7, so we know the result here, but we're still going to
Yeah.
do the last one. And this one, fitting last question. Of us 3, who is the most competitive? We all ready?
Yeah.
All right. I put the winner of all the games we've played, Isaiah.
I put
Yeah.
Zach.
I also put myself.
Oh, nice. All right.
I get another point.
Tacking them on.
When it comes to things on this podcast, I'm the most competitive, but everywhere else, Zach is the most.
I should have remembered. I should have remembered how mad Zach gets when we play Call of Duty. That should have tipped me off. Although Isaiah, we all get pretty heated though. But all right, so officially, Isaiah, you know us 3. You know your hooligans the best. Congratulations, you have
Hell
won
yeah.
this edition. We have to find a game that Isaiah can't win, so we got to come up with something because literally everything.
We got.
Isaiah's
I'll
won,
come
so-
up with one.
I'll just rattle off sports stats and be like, which stat does this person belong to?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'll be like,
Just
does that guy play baseball?
Yeah.
still somehow wins. You still somehow win because it's multiple choice.
Yeah.
The
And
game
one
is guessing
active
what
player.
athlete plays what sport, and I'm just dumpster.
Yeah.